And we're really honored today to have with us some great people. The President and First Lady are here, part of one of their very important visits to the region, and I'm sure that they're going to have a lot more to say to you about this. But Mr. President, Ms. Clinton, Hillary, Chelsea, it's just great to have you with us here. Thank you for coming out to see us and give us your moral support like you've been giving us your full leadership support for this whole campaign. Thank you so much for being here with us. I want to also acknowledge Lieutenant General Mike Jackson, who's here with us. He's come down out of the box today, fresh from a meeting with the UCHK, and came down to say hello. Mike, it's great to have you with us, too. And our American commander here of our contingent, Brigadier General John Craddock, is here. John, I know you're here a lot, but I want to recognize you anyway because you're doing a great job here. Thank you. I just want to say to you how very proud I am of what each and every one of you are doing here. You know, this campaign started really back in January or February. Some of you came in here with General Jackson that soon. You were here with the ARC headquarters before the Rambouillet talks, before we knew what Slobodan Milosevic was going to decide to do. We were planning an air campaign on the one hand. We were planning to go in there with peace on the other. What happened, of course, you know, on the 24th of March, we started our 79-day air campaign. We said from the outset it was going to be a sustained, systematic, progressive, intensifying air campaign, that we were going to attack, degrade, ultimately, if he didn't comply with the will of the international community, we were going to destroy everything he valued most. And during the campaign, we could see it shaping up just that way. We could see him steadily, bit by bit, losing. And so we started saying, we're winning, he's losing, and he knows it. Of course, you know, President Milosevic is a big CNN fan. He used to watch our NATO press briefings, and I think he got his most accurate battle damage assessments from us. And Hunter. There's no doubt about it. No one knew at what point he'd break. But he broke. They left. Mike Jackson negotiated that agreement to get him out of here. And 2 days ago, Mike called me and said, they're gone. And they're gone. Air campaign's over. It's over. We won. We proved it. Our president was behind us the whole way. And thank you, Mr. President, for your great leadership and support on that. And let's say it. We won, he lost, and he knows it. And he's out of here. Now the Kosovo force that was in planning in January and February is in there. Many of you are going in there now. This is the hard work ahead. We've got 5 lead nations in their brigade sectors. You all are going in the southeast area. You're supporting it. Some of you have just come from Task Force Hawk over in Albania, where you were. Others of you were off the coast with the 26 MU, prepared for any contingency. And some of you have been doing the loading up in Ramstein and just got shoved down here at the last minute to do the unloading down here. Well, we're proud of each and every one of you. This is a very, very important mission in here because it sets a new standard. We're going to go in there and get these people back home again. We're going to take care of them and keep them in safety, let them have a chance to live the way they want to live, and change the history of this part of Europe. But it's done on the credibility and the courage of the American servicemen. And we're just proud of each and every one of you. I want to say that we're very proud of our Commander-in-Chief, who set the policy and hung with us through this thing, and he's here today to be with us. Mr. President, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your support. And I want to tell you, we're all honored to be with you today and to wear the uniform of our country. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, General Clark, General Jackson, General Craddock, Colonel Ingram, ladies and gentlemen of the United States military, and as nearly as I can tell, we've got a few of our British counterparts back there, and at least 2 Spanish officers over here somewhere. And I just want to say, first of all, I am proud to have the soldiers, the Marines, the airmen and women, the naval forces of the United States of America serving with NATO. I am proud that we're part of KFOR. I'm proud that we're serving under an able commander like General Jackson. I am proud of Wes Clark. You know, General Clark and I went through the agony of Bosnia together. He lost 3 good friends who fell off a mountain because Mr. Milosevic wouldn't let him take the safe road to try to negotiate a peace. And we watched for 4 years while reasoned diplomacy tried to save lives, and 250,000 people died and 2.5 million refugees were created before NATO and our friends on the ground in Croatia and Bosnia forced a settlement there and ended the horror there. This time, we didn't wait. And it took 79 days, but that's a lot better than 4 years. And I hope the people of the world, when they see these horrible, horrible stories coming out, the mass graves and all of that, just imagine what it would have been like if we had stepped to the side and not done what we did for the last 3 months. I hope to the day you die, you will be proud of being a part of a nation and a democratic alliance that believes that people should not be killed, uprooted, or destroyed because of their race, their ethnic background, or the way they worship God. I am proud of it, and I hope you are. And let me also say to you that I just came from one of our refugee camps, and there are a lot of grateful people there. But you and I know that there's a lot to be done yet. And General Jackson's got a big job. And the United States is proud to be doing our part to help our allied efforts succeed there. We must not have won the conflict and roll back ethnic cleansing and then lose the peace because we don't do every last thing just as we're supposed to do it. So the whole credibility of the principle on which we have stood our ground and fought in this region for years and years now, that here, just like in America, just like in Great Britain, people who come from different racial and ethnic and religious backgrounds can live together and work together and do better together if they simply respect each other's God-given dignity. And we don't want our children to grow up in a 21st century world where innocent civilians can be hauled off to the slaughter, where children can die en masse, where young boys of military age can be burned alive, where young girls can be raped en masse just to intimidate their families. We don't want our kids to grow up in a world like that. Now what it rides on is not the precision of our bombs, not our power to destroy, but your power to build. And to be safe while you're doing it, and to protect the ethnic Kosovo Albanians and the ethnic Serbs alike. As long as they are innocent civilians doing nothing wrong, they're entitled to protection. And to try to show by the power of your example day in and day out, those of you that are going into Kosovo, that people can lay down their hatreds. You need to think about telling your family stories. You need to think about how we can help these people get over this awful, grievous thing. I saw a lot of little kids just a few minutes ago with a lot of hurt and terror and loss in their eyes. So you got a big, big job left. It is not free of danger. It will not be free of difficulty. There'll be some days you wish you were somewhere else. But never forget, if we can do this here, and if we can then say to the people of the world, whether you live in Africa or Central Europe or any other place, if somebody comes after innocent civilians and tries to kill them en masse because of their race, their ethnic background, or their religion, and it's within our power to stop it, we will stop it. And by the way, look at Central Europe. These people can live together and prosper together. That's what we're trying to do. It can make a huge difference to our children in the new century. It may mean that Americans will never have to fight again in a big land war, because we just let things get out of hand and out of hand and out of hand until everything blew up and there was nothing else that could be done about it. This is very important. And again, I say, I hope you'll always be proud of it. I hope you know how proud that I and the American people are of you. Thank you, and God bless you.